In money matters, local trade remains flat today after closing in the red on Friday, amid fears surrounding the U.S. banking sector. On Friday, the rand also weakened against the U.S. dollar and remains under pressure today. The JSE is still holding close to its lowest in nearly 4 months. We'll tell you what that means a little bit later on. But for now, though, let's tell you about the Electricity Minister. Kgosientsho Ramokgopa is visiting various power stations around the country this week. Today, he's at the Kriel Power Station and the Duvha coal-fired power plant in Mpumalanga. Let's speak to Mweli Masilela, who is following the Electricity Minister. We heard from a rather powered-up Electricity Minister, Mweli Masilela. What did he have to tell the staff there?
Yes, the tour by the minister started from early this morning, and he has just wrapped up his tour here at the Kriel Power Station. You know that this is the man that has been tasked to resolve the issue of load shedding. Let me just go straight to him because there's quite a number of issues that we need to talk about. Minister, starting this tour at a time when the EFF has called for a shutdown, is it a coincidence? Some are saying that perhaps you've been pushed to come here and be seen working on the ground. Your take or your response about that?
Well, our efforts are not starting today. So immediately after my appointment, when we were sworn in, we had an internal conversation with the key ministries in the energy domain. Minister Mantashe one-on-one, Minister Godongwana from the financing point of view and understanding what are the conditions associated with the 254 billion fiscal support, and also Minister Godan, because he's a shareholder representative at Eskom, and also Minister Barbara Chris. And then when we started going externally, we engaged with BUSA, the biggest voice of organized business in this country. And you know that we announced the creation of a resource mobilization fund to the tune of 100 million rands, to support, if you like, the capacitation of our efforts to ensure that there's experts. We have engaged with organized agriculture. We have engaged with the Black Business Council. We have engaged with we're engaging with the biggest retailers. So this is something that has been communicated for some time. So the scale, nature, and if you like, gravity of the electricity situation is something that is well documented. So we're already, if you like, close to 2 weeks into the office, and now we're going to the workers. My view has always been that the biggest asset to any organization is its workers. And the reason why we're starting bottom up first is to appreciate and understand the efforts that are being made at the station level. I made the commitment to the country that will be at the station level, examining the issues that affect each and every unit, and getting from the station manager, the organized labor and workers, what are the interventions that, in their opinion, they think will be appropriate to help us to scale up, if you like, the energy availability factor. And now we have a broad conversation with the workers, just to say that it's they who are going to be at the center of the resolution of the electricity crisis. So no, it has nothing to do with the EFF. It's a once-off protest, and then all that we are doing. We'll continue for the next 7 days uninterrupted, going to these power stations and trying to understand the nature and scale of the problem, so that we are able to update, if you like, the energy action plan that the President unveiled sometime last year.
Minister, I was listening to you speaking very positively, and you are very optimistic about the work that you are doing, that the situation will be turned around. What makes you to be very optimistic that this issue of load shedding will be resolved? You actually also said that actually it's Eskom employees that are going to resolve these problems.
Well, to start with is that we're not formulating a new plan. Like I said, the energy action plan is it's on 5 pillars. And pillar 1 is important in a sense that is the one that is going to help us to, if you like, address the 6,000 megawatt deficit, if you like, in the South African energy ecosystem. And that you are going to get it from existing units. So there's 81 Eskom units across the country. So we started at Kriel. I think it's got something like 6 units at 500 megawatts each, of course, at design. So it's important that we have an appreciation that the people who live, breathe, and sleep these units is the people at Eskom. Some of them have accumulated experience of the order of magnitude of 25 years. So they've got a deeper and better appreciation of what it takes to get these units into operation or improve the efficiency of those that are operating. So it's important that the electricity minister presents himself in that way in this instance, to say that we are joined at the hip. It is they who are at the coal face of day-to-day, if you like, interaction with this unit. But I'm the public face of how we are going to resolve load shedding. It's important that when I come back to the general public, I've made that commitment. When I say that we'll retain X number of megawatts by this date, it's in fact something that is derived from an encounter with the workers, because they're the ones that know what it takes for us to get out of this situation.
Just very quick, Minister, one last one. I'm sure you've seen South Africans are saying it's very strange to have electricity for the whole day. Where is the capacity coming from now?
Yes, I mean, to get to a stage where people find it very strange to have electricity for a day or 2 days in succession, I mean, just emphasize or underscores the gravity of the problem. Let me say the following. Our interventions on electricity and resolving load shedding doesn't start with the Minister of Electricity. The Energy Action Plan has been there. All that we're doing, we're accelerating, and of course we can see that 6 power stations are beginning to pick up. The energy availability factor is going up. So it's a function of the efforts that we've been making. We have come into the space, of course, bolstering those efforts, and hopefully after we have left here, we'll also start to see meaningful and real changes at this station, the next one, and after on all these power stations. I'm confident about our ability to address the crisis.
Minister, thank you very much for talking to us. That's Dr. Kgosientsho Ramokgopa, the man tasked to resolve the electricity crisis or the energy crisis in the country. Will continue monitoring this tour as he's going to visit other power stations in the Mpumalanga province and other provinces.